Greetings. I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Rockets. In addition to the 14th pick, we also have the 23rd pick in the upcoming draft and are looking at you with one of those picks. We'd like to get to know you better by asking you a couple of questions. Let's get to it. As a younger team, I feel like we have a lot of opportunities for you. I'm here to tell you have a chance to be our franchise centerpiece if you put in the work. The other teams can offer you that. That being said, we still have a couple years ahead of us where we're going to be acquiring young talent and assets. We might struggle a bit in those years. Are you going to be able to remain focused in the rebuilding years?
I'll keep this short and sweet. All I do is win, but I don't really see that opportunity right now in Houston. I know you have Kmart and Luis Scola and all, but sorry, I'm just not interested in losing.
Okay, last question. If you were a GM, where would you draft yourself in this draft?
It'd be a real honor to go lotto, know what I mean? As a player, you work your entire life for this day. You dream of putting on that hat, walking up to the podium and shaking Mr. Stern's hand. To be recognized as one of the first players, that's a reward I definitely want for all of this.
Thanks for your time. It was a little disappointing, to be honest, but I appreciate you being upfront with us.
Hello, and nice to meet you. I'm the Director of Player Personnel for the Utah Jazz. My scouts have expressed a lot of interest in you. Before I can give my blessing to use our draft pick on you, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, to make sure you'd fit in with what we do here. I really think the first piece to getting this franchise back on track is to find and develop our point guard of the future. The point is the one position that can really make or break a team and change the overall direction of the franchise. Looking back at the Hornets, look at what Chris Paul did for that team. We want a point guard who will do the same for us, and we think you might be that guy. Convince us of that.
Honestly, that's a lot of pressure, but something we all dream about when we're kids, Everyone wants their own team. Do I want this to be my team? Of course I do. I just don't know if I'm ready to handle that kind of responsibility right out of the gate. If the organization's willing to grow with me, to go through those struggles together, it'd be the greatest honor for me to represent this organization as its cornerstone.
Next question. We realize that here in Utah, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization, someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Utah Jazz, someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Utah Jazz. Are you that person?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm still so young. I haven't played a single minute in the NBA yet, so I don't feel that I can tell you, at least with any certainty, that I'm going to play my entire NBA career for one team.
Okay then, I think we got what we needed. Appreciate you taking the time with us.
Good game out there tonight, son. I'm the GM of the 76ers, and I must say I was impressed with your performance. We have the 16th pick in the draft, and I'm considering using it on you. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, real quick, if you don't mind. We already have some good guards on our roster in Jrue Holiday and Evan Turner. Where do you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
Look, I'm not really a fit with your current roster. You guys already have some nice guards on the roster, guys that would cut into my playing time. I'd rather go to a place where my talents would be best used, and I'm sorry, but that's not Philly.
Interesting. Next question. It takes a strong will to play here in Philadelphia. If you give your heart and soul to the team, the fans will support you completely with their adoration. On the other hand, if you ever badmouth them or not give 100% out on the court, they will turn on you in a heartbeat and boo you relentlessly. They truly are the best fans in basketball and expect nothing less than your best. Do you think you have the makeup to play in this city?
Philly really isn't the place for me, man. I don't want to feel like I'm constantly being judged by every on-court and act I make. I'm a person, and that life is just not for me, you know?
Well, I can see that we are not a match, unfortunately. Good luck to you on draft night.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011 NBA Draft. Tonight marks the realization of a dream for the best young players in the world, a reward for their many years of dedication and hard work. It's also a time of extraordinary hope and excitement for our fans and our teams. For those of you watching on television in more than 200 countries and territories, and of course all of our fans right here, thank you for joining us. I know the young men hoping to hear names called tonight can't wait to compete against the best basketball players in the world. So let's get started. With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Doug Martin from the University of Michigan. With the second pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Cliff Davis from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Derek Gibson from the University of Tennessee. With the fourth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Larry Douglas from the University of Florida. With the fifth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Nick Brown from Boston. With the sixth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Brad Mason from DePaul University. With the seventh pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Raymond Rice from the University of Illinois. With the eighth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Aaron Nixon from the University of Kansas. With the ninth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Eric Anderson from Louisiana State University. With the 10th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Sam Clark from the University of Minnesota. With the 11th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select George Turner from the University of Oklahoma. With the 12th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select the point guard from Florida State University.